A zesty triceratops wearing goggles and holding a clipboard pops out of a time machine. Zoop! He greets the viewer with a big smile and a friendly hello. Awesome, kids! Hop in our time machine to meet 3 incredible scientists who made the world amazing. They've got super fun lessons for you. Behind him, gears spin and science gadgets glow. Meanwhile, inside the time machine, a friendly T-Rex wearing headphones and mixing goggles and a party hat taps buttons on a control panel and winks at the audience. Hey, awesome kids! Welcome to our channel where we bring you the coolest experiments, the quirkiest science news, and the biggest fun science has to offer. So buckle up, Space Cadets, because today's gonna be a blast from the past. We re-about to embark on an intergalactic adventure through time to meet some of the most brilliant minds that have ever existed. Our first stop is in the mid-1800s aboard the HMS Beagle. The T-Rex turns the time machine dial to 1831, adjusting his goggles, and with a flash of light, we're off to see Charles Darwin. As the ship sails along the coast of South America, we see Darwin sketching a giant tortoise, which has been on the island for decades. He's also seen examining strange beetles and mockingbirds, and he looks so engrossed in his work. It's clear that Darwin is fascinated by all the different creatures he sees around him. Darwin kept careful notes about every species he discovered and compared them to other animals he'd seen before. He was patient enough to observe their behavior and traits over time. Back on board the ship, the time travelers huddle together as a green-lit candle mysteriously extinguishes in the draft. The T-Rex leans closer to the kids. Did you know that Charles Darwin was famous for his theory of years? He realized that animals change over many, many years. His discoveries showed that life on Earth is always changing and adapting. Just like this turtle, which has lived on the Galapagos Islands for a really long time. Longer than anyone on the ship. Darwin noticed that each island had its own special types of animals and plants. But why? He wondered if there were a few birds that flew over from another island. Say with bigger beaks, they might be better at cracking open seeds and getting food. If they survived, they could have babies and pass on their great big beaks. That way, over many years, the whole group of birds on that island could end up having bigger beaks because of just one little change. The kids gasp as they spot a finch pecking in a seed. The T-Rex nods. Exactly. He says that's how animals change and adapt to their environment. Now, that's what we call a real game changer. That's all for now. But don't forget to stay tuned for more adventures. We've got a lot more to explore. Back in the classroom, the kids are wide-eyed with excitement as they listen to the time traveler's tales. Wow! They exclaim. Can't wait to hear about the next amazing scientist. With a wave of the magic wand, the time machine disappears and reappears in front of a bustling London street. Inside, the T-Rex and the children are standing in front of a large building filled with scientists. They're going to visit Rosalind Franklin, one of the most brilliant scientists of our time. The year is 1951, and Franklin's research on X-ray diffraction images of DNA is about to revolutionize our understanding of genetics. Here she is looking at pictures of DNA molecules, which look like twisted ladders. The T-Rex motions towards the kids. See those pictures? Well, they're like puzzles, but instead of being made of cardboard, they're made of chemicals called bases. And these bases hold the secret of life itself. By working together, Franklin and her team were able to figure out the structure of DNA, which is found in almost every cell of every living thing. With this discovery, we learned that genes are made of DNA, and that means we can learn how to fix broken genes and maybe even create new ones. The kids cheer, realizing that this discovery has the potential to save lives and improve the world around them. The T-Rex adds, Franklin didn't do this alone. She worked with other scientists like Maurice Wilkins and a husband and wife team of James Watson and Francis Crick together. They shared their knowledge to solve this big puzzle. In fact, Franklin's X-ray pictures were a huge help in solving the mystery of DNA. Then, with a snap of his fingers, the T-Rex transports the kids back to the classroom. Here they are, sitting at their desks, eager to hear about the next great scientist on their list. Back in the time machine, the T-Rex and the children are hurtling through space and time to meet Nikola Tesla, the legendary inventor. In the next scene, the kids find themselves in a bustling laboratory filled with all kinds of crazy inventions. Meanwhile, Tesla, a brilliant but eccentric inventor, is busy at work on his latest creation, alternating current, which powers everything from TVs to hairdryers today. Despite facing numerous obstacles and setbacks, Tesla never gave up on his dreams. In fact, he once said, "My idea will either be laughed at or it will prove to be of the greatest value." And that's exactly what happened with AC. At first, people thought it was crazy, but it ended up being a huge hit. The kids watched in awe as Tesla demonstrated his inventions, including a wireless radio and a remote-controlled boat. These were things that had never been seen before. And it was clear to the kids that Tesla was truly a genius. Later, the kids are back in the classroom, listening intently as the time travelers tell them all about Tesla's amazing inventions. One kid asks, "But how does this relate to me?" The T-Rex smiles. Well, Tesla was famous for his crazy ideas and inventions, just like you might have some wild ideas for toys or tools to help people. And guess what? He whispers conspiratorially. Some scientists believe Tesla's ideas are what power the lights in your house today. The kids gasp in surprise, realizing that Tesla's inventions have had a huge impact on their lives. They think about all the crazy ideas that they have bouncing around in their heads and realize that they too can make a difference in the world. As the time machine reappears in front of the classroom, the T-Rex waves goodbye to the kids, and with a flash of light, they're back in the classroom. The time travelers are gone, but the kids are buzzing with excitement, sharing their favorite parts of the journey. The T-Rex appears behind them and says, "That's right. Just like Darwin, work patiently on your goals. Like Rosalind, collaborate with your friends. And just like Tesla, use your imagination to come up with something totally awesome." He winks and adds, "Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be the ones traveling through time." The kids laugh and nod, feeling inspired by the incredible scientists they've met. Now it's their turn to make the world a better place. In the final scene, we see the kids putting what they've learned into action. They're working on inventions, drawing animals, and working together in teams. The T-Rex beams at them and asks, "What's your next big adventure?" A bold, playful font appears on the screen along with the hashtag #SuperScientists, so grab your lab coats and get ready for an adventure. Try a science experiment, draw a cool invention, or work on a group project. Share your discoveries with us using #kids, discover science, and #ImagineBig. On screen, the hashtags #SuperScientists, #kids discover science, and #ImagineBig are shown in bold, playful fonts. The time travelers are joined by the kids as they wave goodbye. Zoop. See you later.